Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today we will be
making a Warwheel. That's right, folks. Right out of the pages of Vault of the Weaver from Emperor's Choice. Yeah, and David A Hargraves' wonderful imagination. I don't know if you can see this image right here. There, I took a picture for the title screen of the video, so you can take a look at that if this doesn't help. But it is a semi-magical construct that basically barrels down at the adventuring party, trying to smush them. And we started working on it earlier just because this part would take, quite a while. And if you recall from our announcement video, these are just two lids from Italian flavored breadcrumbs. And I filled the interior with a lot of paper clay. And then these are those heavy metal spikes we also showed off in the announcement video. And there's 16 of them equally spaced as well as I could do. I only had a blue pen Sharpie to work with to make the lines to get it all to line up. And we're going to mount this on a base. And here, let's get... I have a good miniature here that I can use. We'll just use this guy from Starschlock. And as you can see, if it were barreling down on him, it would not be a pleasant situation. It'll just crush him if you don't get out of the way. And they move pretty fast, but they're not super intelligent, but they're just just something completely ridiculous. And I as soon as I saw it in the book the other day, I knew I had to build this. And so the little guy has got some
Milliput,
his
my favorite
thing to work with, and I will be.
It's not first, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, he's going to be doing the interior section here, where the eyeball, which thank you again, Wylock will be using these blue eyeball beads. You can see those. It even says in the description that they have blue eyes, so I found the eyes that best match the image we just showed you, and these are going to be mounted sort of like this so that it can see you as it's trying to crush you with its spikes. And then of course it'll also have a tentacle on either side. To mount the eyeballs, I'm going to use some green stuff to make its little eye holders. I don't know what you'd call those. They're kind of like eye stalks, but they're not very long. Just enough for it to see directly ahead of it. And I'm still mixing this stuff up, and he's also mixing up the milliput. You're going to want some sort of clay tools, right?
Yes.
So I've got those right here. I'm not sure what you're going to want to use. I know I'll need something like... You'll probably want something like this, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this one because I think it has a similar tool on it. You could easily just use toothpicks, or you could, like I said before.
Toothpicks are too sharp, I think.
Yeah. You could also use...
For this particular craft.
I'm going to hold this...
I think this is good enough.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, you did a great job. Oh, it's nice and soft. So just make sure it just fills this whole thing, and try not to have it overlap on these rims, because I want that to be nice and smooth.
All right, so...
Just flatten it out into a nice circle, and then do your magic while I do the eyeball. And then we're going to reverse this process so that he gets a chance to do the eyeballs later. But, like most crafts and most painting videos, we're only going to do 1/2 of this creature, mostly because it has to lay flat until everything dries on the inside. And then we're going to...
Is there a direct center? Yeah, there is.
Also, I'm going to... And if there's any left over, we can use that for the tentacle.
Should I have it just be snakes, or should it be...
I was thinking...
I use this to make the indentations?
I was thinking of just making a big round circle and then making like wiggly lines, jutting out from the center, and then we'll like drill kind of a hole to put the eye stalk and tentacle in. But like I was saying, with most craft videos and most painting videos, we only do half. This is going to have to lay flat to dry overnight so that the paper clay can dry on the inside, and the milliput.
What about the center point?
We'll just leave we'll just squish a hole for the eye stalk and the tentacle, and I think the tentacle should, like, for example, if here's the eye, I think the tentacle should be like right behind it, so it's not perfectly centered, but the eye stalk will be, because you can't really see it from the other angle. But
yeah.
And is there enough left over there? No, not really for a tentacle.
Nope.
Okay, I'll just mix up some more after I do the eye. You know what? I might even have.
You toss to pass the water over.
Oh yeah. We're also going to use the water. Once we make the tentacle, I'm going to leave it in the water. Like I've told you that trick before, how milliput will actually dry and solidify in water, so that it doesn't get like a flat edge, because gravity will pull it down and flatten one of the edges, and that just looks horrible, especially when you're trying to make like a weapon, like I did that one time when I was making weapons for the
and
scarecrow.
the way you found it out with the whatever they were called, those blue things.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
You were the one that had that idea.
Yeah, I don't remember how.
Remember the worst, not the worst video, but the worst film process ever?
No, I really don't remember, buddy.
Oh.
I might have enough of greens.
The blue thing with the 3 eyes? You remember?
No.
The one that you made one and then threw it away?
The aboleth.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right.
That had a very weird story behind the video, which we will never talk about.
Yeah, I was watching something the other day, and someone was actually talking about an aboleth, and they pronounced it differently, so I don't know if we're pronouncing it right or not. But
you usually pronounce things incorrectly, so I wouldn't be surprised.
So I'm going to just stick with that, yeah.
What about all this water?
When you're happy with it, just mop it up with the paper towel. Gosh, tongue-tied there for a second, folks.
So, like, just...
Yeah, just sop it up. I wonder if green stuff will do the same thing in water.
Maybe.
I'm not going to take the chance.
I just realized something.
What?
I don't know where the center is.
Oh,
I'm just going to make a guess.
Okay. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, oh, yep, I made a decent guess. Is that good enough? Or is that too much? Oh. Is that okay?
Yeah. If it's off,
It's around in the center of the center. That's nice.
Yeah, you know what? I can. Here, let me take a look this just real quick, because I actually did.
Isn't that my ruler?
Yeah, but I did some measuring, so I'll know.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the only one I could find at the time.
That project will hopefully be released
Let me see
by
the
the
tool.
end of this week.
Let me see the tool. Which project was that?
Why would I say it?
Okay.
Yeah, but it's in the middle.
Yeah, you did a really good job. It's just... All right, back to you, bud.
All right.
That was really good. Eyeballing it. It had a, it was funny too when I was measuring that. I didn't realize that there's this tiny little dot in the very center of the lid that I didn't see until after I was doing all these. Yeah, I could have used that to line all the other lines up, but I was just being
So
stupid.
like this?
Yeah, but just make them really pronounced. Make them a little deeper, I guess.
Like that? You just give it in more. Like that?
Yeah, and just make them all like about 1 millimeter or 2 apart, and we'll go from there. Oh, I do need to do that. Add some right there. And I'm going to do kind of the same thing. Oh, I really hope this doesn't get flat while I'm leaving it to dry. I wish I had something like, you know what I think I
Bottle?
got? No, like something soft like a sponge to lay it on so that the weight would sort of...
Is this good?
Oh yeah, that's great.
Thank you. So, veiny or
think?
something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
And then I'll try to make the stock a little thicker so it'll fit right in there nicely. And then I'm going to have a little bit left over that I don't know what I'll do with. I'll probably make an egg or a snake. That's what I always do whenever I have leftover milliput or green stuff. I end up just making dragon eggs or snakes or wires, I guess.
Expect next year we'll make a video on that.
Well, the year
Maybe.
is... I was going to say the year is young. We could just do that next week.
No. You don't remember?
No.
I forgot. Who was it? One of our guests said something about that. Doesn't matter.
And that's looking perfect. I suppose if I make this too long, I can just trim it down. But then I'm going to texture, assume that it is going to be a little bit too wide. But you know what, if I have some scissors, which I do, nice. I think you're going to like working with this stuff. It's a lot.
Oh no, I already do like working with it. I've used it before.
I know, but it's been so long.
No, it's been only a few months.
But it's so much different to work with. It really has.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's got a real plastic feel to it. Not quite like modeling clay, but it's definitely got this.
Is this good enough?
I noticed right here, I would just like make some new ones, like in there, just to fill it up, because it looked like they were really bunched together really tightly.
That's true, they were.
And I think if I do this, if I have any wax paper, no, I don't have any wax paper, but I do have some plastic I can just mount it on. Now I'm going to need my glasses to do a little texturing also. His eyes are a million times better than mine. I think quite a few of our viewers already knew we were going to make this as soon as, especially Grim. I think Grim guessed right off the bat what we were going to make when he saw the spikes. But it's starting to stick to my hands, which is a good thing because that means it's almost ready to start drying.
What do I do about the small pieces of clay or milliput that are...
We can either sand that down with some really fine sandpaper, or you could just get it really wet and just smooth it down with your fingers.
Is that going to leave fingerprints though?
Not
or like lines?
It might, but I think after it's painted, that'll all go away. And there's the first eyes. Let's see, like, lay it down flat, and I want to see if You know what? We might just want to just leave it there. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't it go like this? Nope, like that, yeah.
As if it's going that way, yeah. I was really careful to get it, you know. You know what? I think all we need to do is whip up a real quick tentacle, and we can call it a night.
Like this or the other way?
Oh, it's drooping.
Oh, well.
That's not okay. So what we'll do is we'll take it out, and I'll find something to
Hold it.
hold it up. Maybe even a couple.
Yeah, that's the problem.
A couple of paint bottles or something.
Those always work.
You'd be amazed how often I use paint bottles to hold something up, especially other paint bottles. I have this trick that I'll take 4 paint bottles. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but when the bottle's like empty, I'll take 4 bottles like this and then just leave it like that and let all the paint droop down into the nozzle. But let's get back to what we're talking about here. I'm going to whip up a real quick batch, just a tiny little bit. And you can do the honors and mix this up again. Just make 1 tentacle.
Does it need to have any details on it?
I'm going to look at the book real quick and see, because I'm sure it has something, you know. It's not just perfectly smooth, but I don't think it has it. Well, what are you doing? Oh, I thought you put it in there. You got to mix the 2 together. Just mix it. You know what? Dab it dry on the paper. And I'm gonna pull the book out.
That's a problem.
Let's take a look real quick back in the book here. Did I lose my bookmark? I think I did. I took it out. What do you think? It really doesn't. I mean, it's got lines for shading, and it does have kind of a weird tip at the end. But I really don't think it has. It definitely doesn't have suction cups.
No, I didn't expect that.
And we'll just make, you know, a real quick, simple tentacle. Drop it in the water, and then tomorrow I can drill a hole out for where it's going to go.
And then we'll also make up.
Let's see. I'll just use these bottles that I was using. See if I don't want it to stick to anything.
This good?
Is it all uniform color?
This wasn't. That wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't?
There were a few lines, but just not many.
Okay, we'll put that off to the side. Put that guy over there. And I think put the eyeball over here so that tomorrow you can make the next eye stalk and I'll make the flat part. This is going to be a lot of fun to paint too. I think I'll let you do it though.
I think this is enough. Is it?
Oh yeah, just make a worm and we'll throw it in the water.
And a snake.
Yeah. And we'll just toss it in the water. And
Does the shape, direction matter? Does the direction it's pointed in, does it matter?
no, it doesn't matter. We'll just fit it in there.
So flat or straight?
Well, just remember that the end of the tentacle had kind of like almost like a flat, like a squid. You know how they have those tentacles?
We'll add that later.
Okay.
Or maybe.
You know, there's that sort of like leaf shape at the end.
Yeah. So like this.
Yeah. Okay, just we can bend it a little while it's in the water, and maybe kind of make it like an S shape, maybe, just so that you guys can't see it. The water's all.
Yeah.
Is that good though? You like that shape?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Also, let me just. All right. I believe that will be it for today.
Yeah. As I said at the beginning, we can only do half of this, but we'll get the camera up here so you can get a nice, good look at the interior of the Warwheel. See if I can hold it up where you can see it nice. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the detail. You did a really good job. It's going to look really creepy when it's all said and done, painted and mounted on a nice base. And if it works out, we may even make a couple of these just so, we can make a little, maybe a diorama or something like that. But there you have it, folks. A quick craft that actually delivered. Yeah.
Wasn't for the fact that you made half of it already?
Yeah, well, I didn't think you guys would want to sit around and watch me line up spikes, but, that was the hard part. And, I think it's going to turn out pretty good. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow to come in and check on it, make sure, the eye stock is good, and, that I can maybe spray it tomorrow. Well, I won't be able to spray it tomorrow. I'll be able to spray it Saturday, and then we can start painting it up. Maybe, no, we'll wait. But there you have it, folks. Thanks again, George, for letting us have a better peek at the Warwheel. My copy, as you guys saw yesterday, was colored and looked horrible. But thanks again for stopping by, folks. We love you. Have a great weekend, but we will see you again tomorrow for a game review. I'm guessing you guys can already guess what company it's going to be from. But until then, have a great night. And
yeah, that's about it. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Bye.